Alright family, let's talk about this. Ada explained why Cardano will beat Ethereum. So today we're going to talk about the current events of what's happening because the market's tanked and we really need to look at why it tanked. I know this is a Cardano video and we're going to tie all the current events that are happening to how that affects Cardano. Because with things that are happening with Ethereum, Binance Coin, Polkadot, all of that, all the news surrounding that really plays into the path to the journey that Cardano is taking. And I'm going to explain why Cardano could be a $20 coin if it flips Ethereum. So I encourage you to watch this entire video because you'll learn a lot about Ethereum, Binance Coin, and Cardano and how software developers look at them. And as a software developer, I'll explain why I took a look at Ethereum and then immediately I was looking for alternatives. So stick through the entire video and you'll find out why. Other than that, if you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe, and let's get into this video. So the markets tanked yesterday and today is February 23rd. So yesterday, February 22nd, everything tanked. Bitcoin tumbled as low as $45,041. That's 14% in 24 hours. And now it's just trying to go back above 50,000 again. And I'm telling you guys, this happens every single month. It happened at 20K, it happened at 30K, it happened at 40K. Now it's happening at 50K. It's a way for the market to say, are we really worth that amount? Is Bitcoin really worth that amount? And every single time so far, it's climbed above that price. It's been a yes each and every time. So this is really a shakeout for the weak hands that can't really hold on to Bitcoin or any of the altcoins that they bought. We have a lot of people buying high and selling low, and that's why for most people who get into the markets, they lose. If you're new to crypto investing, Bitcoin and all that stuff, remember, when Bitcoin tanks, all the other altcoins tend to follow, which means that when Bitcoin is on sale, all the other altcoins are on sale. So get buying. Don't sell, buy. So what we have right now is Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen called Bitcoin extremely inefficient and warned about its use in illegal activities. So if you're listening to her, then just know that this woman is sleeping. So ignore her, ignore what she says because she knows nothing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. In fact, you can ask her this question. So you're saying that US dollar isn't used for transactions for drugs, narcotics, weapons, and prostitution? I wonder how she'll respond to that. What she did get right is that Bitcoin is really inefficient because it uses an incredible amount of energy. So far, the report says that mining Bitcoin costs the entire energy usage of the whole country of Pakistan in a year. So it isn't entirely environmentally friendly, but we're here to profit. So if your girlfriend or boyfriend is one of those kinds that say, save the planet, save the earth, save the trees, it's best not to tell her or him that you own Bitcoin. Then again, in this channel, you're really hearing from a capitalist. So I'm going to be wondering, you might be wondering what she's going to say or what she's going to be sounding like when you tell her that, yeah, my Bitcoin is worth $500,000 and I have 10 of those. All jokes aside, there is something called the Energy Web token and Energy Web, which I'll talk about in another video, and that's probably going to help Bitcoin with its inefficient energy usage. But other than that, Yellen is right. Bitcoin is a highly speculative asset, but it's an asset. Where else are we going to keep our money? US dollar? US dollar is not an asset anymore. It's a liability because it earns you negative interest rates. You lose 2% every single year. If you start this year with $100, by the end of the year, you're going to have 98. Does that even make sense? So all in all, it looks like the reason that Bitcoin tanked is because of the comments from Yellen and most definitely from the comments from Elon, because Elon moves markets. So Peter Schiff, who is a huge gold bug, he loves gold, he hates Bitcoin. He tweeted at Elon and Elon responded. Schiff commented that Bitcoin is BS and that gold is better than Bitcoin or cash. And Elon kind of agreed, kind of didn't, but he did agree that the price of Bitcoin is probably too high, and that led to a crash. Man, sometimes I wish that guy can just keep his mouth shut. With that said, I just want to remind y'all that gold is highly manipulatable by the government. So the US government does some funny and to some extent very fraudulent activities and accounting of gold in their books. That is, they can double spend it. And double spending is not a feature of Bitcoin. Alright, so if you haven't watched my video, is Binance Coin a good investment? Then I really suggest you check it out there. Because this is a coin that started out at $37 at the start of the year. But last week, it hit a high of $348. That is an insane ride. And stick with me here because all this is my speculation of what will happen with Cardano. In current news, the reason why BNB made such a jump is because Ethereum is getting too expensive. The cost of gas is getting really expensive. And we'll talk about that later. But both BNB, Binance Smart Chain, and Cardano, their main focus is on reducing the cost of gas, of transactions. And the cost of these transactions is what is making developers leave Ethereum. So BNB is of course a coin that is developed and maintained by Binance. So it is somewhat centralized, which is a con against Cardano, which is a decentralized token. Now, right now, Binance Smart Chain's dApps or decentralized applications are growing really fast. PancakeSwap, which is a clone of Uniswap but built on the Binance Smart Chain, is now the largest decentralized exchange by number of unique active wallets. And it is powered by the BNB token, which has shot up in price. So because of the cost of gas fees on Ethereum, what we see is that both PancakeSwap, which has the ticker Cake, and BNB both appreciated like wildfire. More users are using decentralized apps based on Binance Smart Chain, despite concerns that the blockchain platform has centralized elements. Don't get me wrong, guys, decentralized is better, but for most of our lives, we've been living life in a centralized fashion with banks. So using the Binance Smart Chain with its centralization, it's not much of a difference. So there's your psychological human behavior lesson there. PancakeSwap now has 47.7 million active wallet users versus 43.7 million on Uniswap. So now the main reason that people are using PancakeSwap and Binance Smart Chain is because it boasts significantly lower fees than what is charged on Ethereum. Alright guys, let's talk about the dark side of Ethereum. What a topic. So Ethereum really dominated the smart contract landscape for the last 6 years due to first mover advantage. But because it was the first mover, that means that there are limitations. And those limitations have started to show for the following reasons. 1. Fees are a major barrier. Like right now, there is a gas price pandemic. A simple swap to move Ethereum from one wallet to another costs $20. And deploying smart contracts, which are a much more expensive function, costs even more. Last I checked, it was over $100 to deploy, which is insane. So on top of Elon's tweets, I really think that the gas prices and the price of Ethereum is causing a backlash on the prices of all the other altcoins that are based off of Ethereum, which are a lot. So here's a little story as a software engineer. In the last week, I started getting interested into blockchain development or dApp development. And I started to look at Ethereum, started coding for Ethereum. And then last night, I started looking at the gas fees to deploy a contract to do swaps. And swaps were around $20 and deployment was even more. So at that point, I was wondering, oh my god, this is really expensive. In order to deploy once to release my app onto the blockchain, it cost me $100? That's insane. And the thing is, with blockchain, all the code there is immutable. That means once you deploy your code, you can't change it. That means if you make a mistake, you have to spend another $100 or more in order to change the code, to change the mistake on the blockchain. That is really costly development. So at that point, I started looking for alternatives. And lo and behold, I started looking at Binance Smart Chain. I started looking at Cardano. Here's how the economics look for Ethereum right now. We have a big exodus of developers due to fees on Ethereum. And new developers hesitate to join Ethereum because of the high gas fees. And big institutions like Grayscale are buying up the Ethereum. And with low supply, that makes the Ethereum price really high. That's why Ethereum has been climbing. And because of that, that raises gas prices and fees. So those are all just really bad actions, and it just really turns people off. Another big thing is interoperability. And that's basically slang for cross-blockchain applications. And with cross-blockchain apps, you can move assets from one blockchain to another, which is a really nice feature. Ethereum doesn't have that yet. Now, Polkadot is the king of this space, which is why it had a 52-week low of around $3, and now the high has been something like $50. And a lot of developers are looking for blockchains with interoperability at its core. So a lot of developers are leaving Ethereum for Polkadot right now. And the last thing is Ethereum 2.0 is still not ready. So it's kind of still transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake. So it's still pretty inefficient like Bitcoin. So I really suggest you to go check out my Cardano Explained videos, because in that video, I really discussed how Cardano really works and I go through all its functions. But basically, all the problems that I just talked about are solved by Cardano. It was made with the idea of having lower fees than Ethereum. And the reason that it is not at Ethereum's price right now is because it didn't have smart contracts. Smart contracts is still being released, like right now. Cardano is a decentralized blockchain and it has a revered functionality available in Polkadot's parachains, which is called sidechains in Cardano. So basically, it can support more transactions because Ethereum only has one main chain. That means it can only support that many transactions, but Cardano and Polkadot both have multiple chains, which means it has like multiple highways. So it can support more cars or more transactions. That's a very big feature that Ethereum needs to have. The one major complaint of Cardano is that there are a lot of tokens. There is like around 32 billion Cardano tokens compared to Ethereum's 117 million tokens, so that's a big difference. But the thing is, 72% of Cardano's supply is locked up for staking. That means only 8.96 billion Cardanos are really floating around there. So if you take a look at this, I did a calculation and the market cap of Ethereum right now is around 172 billion, and if you divide that by 8.96 billion, and that gives us pretty much $20. So if we assume those coins stay staked, then it gives us $20 a coin. And here's a little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't go following my advice here and go leverage your house to buy some Cardanos, because it is still pretty risky. And this is completely speculation. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something. Hope you got something out of current news and how everything kind of comes together with Ethereum, BNB, and Cardano, and how I think that Cardano is going to flip Ethereum once smart contracts come up. But other than that, please, if you have friends that like cryptos, please share this video with them. Other than that, please smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.